Hello, it's Trisha here. This intro is a little different. It's just me, none of the others. However, that does not mean that you'll only see my face in today's video. No, today's video is actually going to be Ash, Danielle, and myself, but a little bit differently. We have filmed a weekend of each of us reading and how we fit reading around our normal activities. So in today's video, you're going to see what Ash gets up to, what Danielle gets up to, what I get up to, heck, even what Yzma gets up to. We had fun filming this. I hope you enjoy watching it. And without further ado, here's a weekend of us reading.
Good morning, everyone. It is day one. And I am, for this weekend, I'm reading Bridgerton book 7. This is Hytheson's story. I hope I said her name right. She's the youngest Bridgerton. And it's her chance to find love. I'm not going to say much about it because it is book 7 out of 8. And I am already halfway through this book, so I am excited to finish it up, and yeah, it's Bridgerton. What can you really say about it?
Hello, it is a Friday, and a Friday means that I get to work from home. I do like to take advantage of my work from home days because, like, right now it's around 11:30 in the morning and I'm driving to pick up a coffee for myself and Brandon. Well, one would think you're working from home, just make one yourself. I'm lazy. Could I? Yes. Did I do that this morning? Yes. However, I don't feel like making another one and I wanted to get out of the house for a moment. So I'm currently grabbing a coffee. It's not super far and I'm not abusing the fact that I can work from home on Fridays because I will still be working when I get home. I'm just using my lunchtime to go get myself and Brandon a little bit of a treat. So, sorry, not, it's not book related, but I will be enjoying this coffee. When I get home, still on my lunch break, I'm going to prep a pizza dough for dinner. We're gonna have homemade pizza and it's gonna be lovely. So I guess I'll see you next time, hopefully with a coffee. Yzma want pup cup? Yzma want homemade pup cup? Yeah? She wants? Okay. I have made the pizza dough, I have my coffee, and now it's time to go back to work. I'll see you in a couple of hours.
Hey y'all, welcome to our weekend read with us. It's Danielle popping in. It is Friday, day one of my weekend read with us. And I just got home from work. It is about almost 6 o'clock, I believe. Oh, 5:42, so not quite 6 o'clock. I am going to just sit down and have some dinner. I picked up dinner. Typically that's what I do on a Friday. My boyfriend Josh either will have a shift on a Friday or will be going to his friends to hang out. He is at his friend's house tonight. So I usually will grab dinner and kind of chill and hang out. So I'm excited to see how much I get read tonight. I will probably read. I do have a video call with Ashley and Trisha, so I will probably read a little bit later. But I'm going to sit down and eat because my food is getting cold, and then I'll check in.
Hey, I'm done work for the day, so Yzma's chilling in the backyard chewing her stick, and I'm going to be reading a little bit more of this, so let's see how it goes.
Trisha. An empty Ashley screen.
I am tired. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
You want me to pat your bum and you can go to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is a little bit later now. I have had dinner. I had my video call with Trisha and Ashley. Super, super fun. We talked about our book club book for the month of April, and we filmed it. So y'all check that out. It will be up here before this video comes out. So definitely check that out on our YouTube. I am sitting down to read now. I am currently in the middle of a 4th book in a series, Night of Masks and Knives. I don't know, can you see that? Oh my goodness. Night of Masks and Knives by L.J. Andrews. This is the 4th book in the Broken Kingdom series. I'm currently 10% of the way through. I've absolutely been eating this series up. It is so good. If you want a fantasy series that does incredible with the world building, however, feels like a very easy read and a very fast-paced read, at least for me, I definitely recommend this series. So essentially, the series is broken up into different parts that are about different kingdoms. So books 1 to 3 were about the northern kingdoms, and then towards the end of book 3, we were introduced to some of the characters from the Eastern Kingdom, and that's what books 4 to 6 are about. So far we have been introduced to, oh my goodness, I forget her name. Okay, so far we've been introduced to Malin. Malin is a girl that lives in the Eastern Kingdom, and essentially, so far we've learned that she has 2 brothers. One of her brothers has been locked up. We've also learned about this like evil group called the Mask. Some of the details are a little bit hard at first because they do throw so much at you, but it does become easier as you read to kind of keep everything in check. So far we've learned about this mask, which holds like a carnival or like a circus, it seems like, but like people go missing or like don't ever come home or something. They haven't really talked about much about the details. But essentially, her brother that was in prison is supposed to be released, and then has now has shown up at their house, and the guards are like, "No, he's not being released. This is actually your final goodbye." And she's like, "What?" And then she's talking about making a deal with the Night Render. The Night Render we met at the end of book 3, or in the book 3. He helped with the final battle of book 3. He seems like a pretty cool guy. He's fae. He has the ability to make fears reality and then basically choke you to death with your fears, which is incredibly scary. So that's what we've learned so far. So I'm currently on page 35, 10% of the way through. I'm curious to see how much I will get through tonight. I don't know what time I'm going to go to bed. I don't have much plans. For this weekend. I have some plans on Sunday, but that's about it. So I'm curious to see how much we're gonna get read. So let's do her.
I promise it's all still the same day. I know I change clothes about 1,000,000 times. This time it's for a reason. I need to re-dye my hair, which means something that isn't super light, and I don't care if I stain it, hence the black sports bra. So you're going to be coming along with me as I re-dye my hair and listen to an audiobook.
They found it. Despite the heat, my body went cold. I must have faltered. Taking one arm, Slidell led me up to the Kmart bench.
Ignore all this. I know I probably should wipe this off. I'm too lazy. Anyways, still dyeing my hair, but I have just finished A Conspiracy of Bones by Kathy Reichs. If you want to hear my full thoughts on this book, try checking out our Partner Picks My Next Read video that, if it's not out yet, it will be coming out shortly.
Okay, I have maneuvered myself into my room to lay down and read. So I have made it to chapter 8. Thoughts so far on the book. I would try to explain to you like intricate thoughts and details about the books, but it is really confusing if you haven't actually read the book. So that I will try and avoid. However, I am at a point now where it seems like the separate characters are starting to come together, and the relationships are being revealed. As the reader, we know a lot of these relationships already, so it's nothing like big or grand being revealed yet. Like, it's just basically like the characters are now kind of like it's being revealed to them, like who everybody is, how everybody knows each other, how everybody's connected. But we are aware. So I'm really interested to see where it comes into play of things that we don't know. Because every book I've read so far from this series has had some big grand reveal. And like, I'm super, super excited to see where this goes. But I am loving it so far. Our main character, Malin, has just joined the guild, the Creve, and basically has showed how her mesmer or magic works, which is super cool. She is a memory thief and basically steals memories by kissing someone. And this is useful to the guild because they think that they can use the memory she has of like corruptions and affairs and stuff like that. So that's super cool. I'm really, really excited to see what happens when the Night Render and Malin come together. Because we know that he's her childhood friend, but she doesn't know that he's still alive. But we know that. I'm also really excited for her to meet her nephew, who is her stepbrother Hagen's son, who is with the guild in order to save his father. But Malin doesn't know. Well, she now knows. She just found out that her brother has children. But she hasn't met the children yet. So I'm excited for that. So I am currently 18% through. I am on page 62. So we have 38 pages till 100. So I will check in at page 100. Let's do this. Let's go.
My hair is dry. It's nice and red again. I had gone downstairs to read a little bit while Brandon plays games, but he's playing with the boys and I don't really want to hear the kind of gross jokes that they're making. So instead I've come back upstairs and I'm going to read a little bit more. I haven't decided what, so I have a selection of 3 books to get through. I'm gonna sit in bed, put probably an episode of Bones on in the background, and just read a bit.
I loan you out as I see fit, especially to federal agencies.
Loan out and place property, Dr. Goodman, and the FBI will never respect me as
I
property.
do not view you as property, Dr. Brennan. You are one of the Jeffersonians' most valuable assets.
An asset is by definition property.
What's the rule, Mr. Eddy?
You only converse with PhDs. Realize I'm halfway through 2 doctorates. 2 halves make a whole, so mathematically speaking.
Okay, so I'm all cuddled up in my blanket. I think I'm gonna call it there for the night because my eyes are getting really tired. I am on chapter 13, page 94, 27. Can you see that? Can you see that? I don't even know. 27% of the way through the book. It is really good. She has just discovered that the Night Render is her long lost friend, Case. So yeah, there was a reveal. There was a reveal that was quite interesting. That her one friend was just an illusion. It was the Night Render illusioning as this man. Interesting. Wow. I had that crooked that whole time. Well, enjoy that angle. Yeah, so the Night Render was just like being an illusion as this man. Interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna call it there for the night. Excited. I will probably finish this book tomorrow. I will probably just power through it. I power through it. That sounds bad. Like, I will probably read the rest of this tomorrow. Because I have 0 plans. So, yeah. And then let's see what we pick up after. So that's a total of how many? Pause. Okay, so that's a total of 60 pages read this evening. A total of 8 chapters. So that's pretty good for Friday night and being tired, and I've only been reading for 2 hours. That's pretty good in my books. So I'll check in with ya tomorrow. Bye for now.
Good morning. It is now Saturday morning. Pardon my voice. I've literally just woken up. Yzma just finished her breakfast. I'm about to take her for a quick stroll, and then I've actually got to head out because I'm meeting my friend at the gym. So I've got about an hour drive to the gym. Plan on listening to an audiobook. I don't know which one. I finished my audiobook last night, so I'm gonna start a new book today. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I've decided to listen to The Devil Wears Scrubs by Freida McFadden. I am literally in the first chapter, but I do have to say, do not base your weight on BMI. That is so outdated. Anyways, that's what I popped in to say. I'm gonna get back to listening and paying attention to where I'm going.
Hey everyone, it is day 2 and I am continuing reading Bridgerton book 7, Hytheson's story, and her story is called It's in His Kiss, I believe. I should have mentioned that before, but I didn't. So yeah, It's in His Kiss. So I'm going to continue reading this. I am so close to being done, so I think I might finish it today. We'll see. The chapters are quite long. But I also wanted to come on here and say that I have finished Thornhedge. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading Bridgerton and hopefully finish it today. We'll see.
I have gotten to my friend's place. I'm sitting in my car because I'm here a little early, and I'm going to see how much I can get read in the next half hour. Hello! I am done with the gym now. I am nice and sweaty. Be thankful you can't smell me. I only got about 30 or so pages done before Caitlin got down to the car. We always meet up early. It's no big deal. Honestly, it's great because we got to talk for an extra like 25, 30 minutes before we had to actually leave the car. So, didn't read as much as I had planned, but I did get to spend time with a friend, which was great. I only about 30 pages in. Alice is in Wonderland for the first time. If you want a more in-depth description of my thoughts at any point throughout the book that I'm blanking on the title of, it'll be on the screen because I'm talking about it. Check out our TBR jar video that if it's not out yet, it'll be out shortly.
Okay, so it is a lot later. It is almost noon. I went grocery shopping and then realized I never filed my taxes. So Josh just helped me do that. So now the rest of the day I have nothing to do. So we gonna read, and we gonna read good. Let's do her.
One more thing I forgot to mention. While I can't physically read the Alice book in the car because I'm driving, I will be switching back to the Freida McFadden book that I was listening to on my way down. I will tell you more about that when I get home. I'm home now. I've just finished chapter 11 of The Devil Wears Scrubs. I know a little bit about residency in Canada, not so much the States. Not that I'm a doctor. I will never be a doctor. That's way outside my expertise, and I applaud everyone who can. This book is pretty intense as far as the medicine goes. I know rules around Canadian residency. I don't know the rules around American residency. So it's very interesting. I'm definitely, now that I'm home, I'm going to go look up some of the things that they've talked about in this book so far regarding residency to see how accurate it is. Because if it is, oh my God, I'm really sorry anybody who's currently a resident in the States. That sounds awful, atrocious, so bad. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine 30 hours on call, basically being a peon as an intern for the first year you're there. So much. So my plans for the day changed a little bit. Brandon and I decided to go out on an impromptu date. So we had a little sushi lunch. That was nice. We filled ourselves up quite a bit. And then we went and saw a movie. We watched Until Dawn. It's based on the game very loosely. I won't spoil either of them. I will just say that I really enjoyed playing the game, but I didn't really enjoy watching the movie, unfortunately.
I'm at page 122. I am 35% of the way through the book. I am thoroughly enjoying it. So now she has joined the guild, and now they are beginning kind of their mission to save her brother, to save Hagen. I feel like we're gearing up for something. That's my prediction. Like, something's going to happen. They are posing as traitors, basically, at like sex trade place, like human trafficking. And I think something's going to go wrong. I think something is going to go wrong. I don't know what's going to go wrong, but I think something will go wrong. Let's see. Okay, I have made it to page 152. I am 44% of the way through. I am on chapter 20. So far, nothing really major has happened. The lady that ran the like human trafficking place to cross them, which I was like, oh, I know something was going to happen, but like that seemed a little bit obvious, but that's okay. It was interesting. They killed her. And basically now they have to go to Skitcast, which is like another part of this kingdom. The same King Ivar, runs it. He seems super shady, but they are going there to find the guy who basically was human trafficking people. That included Hagen, her brother. So they are currently going there. I know that this book is very similar to the first one in the series, where it is a lot of world building, and I feel like a lot's going to be revealed more towards the end. So we're almost halfway through, and so a lot is built up and built up and built up, and we're learning more about the mesmer and what that means and all the different types of Alvar that are in this book, Alvar being like Fae. So I'm excited to see what happens from now. Like, the world building has been great. It's been really interesting, but I want something to happen. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I need. So let's get going, people. All right. So I'm going to keep reading. I've got lunch currently in the oven, and then we'll see where we get. I will check in either at page 200 or 50%, whichever comes first. Okay, we are on page 188, 54% of the way through, chapter 25 of 42. So we are getting close. So they were in the city of Skitcast. Sure. And now they've been hinting that Case is keeping a secret from Malin, and now he's had some sort of elixir poured on him that neutralizes the mesmer and causes him pain, and now he wants to tell her the secret. And I'm like, what's the secret? What secret? What is it? Tell us. So that should be revealed. So far, again, eating it up, flying through, really enjoying it. Yeah. And this is the point where we got in the last kingdom part, is through book 1, we got about halfway through. And once all the world building had kind of been sufficient, a lot kept getting revealed, like chapter after chapter after chapter. So that's where I think we are in this book. It is currently 10 after 2. Let's keep going. Okay, so I am currently on page 236. I am 68% of the way through. And we are really starting to see the relationship between Malin and Case form. And they have been like on this journey to find Hagen, and it's led them to quite a few different places. And now they are back on the boat going to another place to finally meet up with the masquerade. That is the shady thing that lures in the Alvers to be brought into servitude for the king, like slaves. But this quote that I just read is like really, really kind of summing up what the overall theme of this book is. So essentially the theme of this book is the power of both love and fear. And it says, love is more dangerous than fear. It brings vulnerability, distraction, and puts cruel marks on the heads of others should enemies catch wind of those who matter to you. And Case says it. This chapter's from his perspective. And I think that kind of speaks to his character of not allowing people in, not wanting to form connections and relationships because he knows that he's so sought after by the king because his power to be able to use fear against people is something that they really, really want to use. So I liked that quote. Okay, so I am currently on page 259. I am 75% of the way through. We just had a steamy theme that was interrupted by a child, which is interesting because, like, children, but I don't mind because these kids are, like, super badass and super cute, so I don't mind, but, yeah, and it was, like, breaking the sexual tension that has been building up, but we are coming up to the part of the masquerade. The secret that he's keeping from her has not been revealed. I do think that there's still more. There's something that is being hidden right now. The full story is not there. However, I do have a theory. So this is not going to make sense at all. And all of this is going to be a spoiler. I'm so sorry. But a lot of the things that I'm talking about in this book are brought up and explained and mentioned throughout the first three. So if you have not read the series, this is not going to make any sense. But there is a four-queen prophecy within this realm that once the four queens assemble, like, basically things will be, like, changed in this realm. We don't know how, but that's, like, the prophecy. I think that the female main character from the first book, Elise, is the first queen, and I think Malin is going to be the second queen. And then the books 7 to 9 are apparently about two different kingdoms. So apparently they're about the southern and western kingdoms, and I think we're going to meet two more female main characters that are going to end up, and these four ladies are going to be the four queens, and I think the last book's going to be about the prophecy coming together. I don't know for sure, but that's my guess right now. So they are about to go to the masquerade's party where the prince is looking for his bride to be, and Malin's going to try and seduce him, and then they're going to try and get the king to reveal all his shady plans. So let's see. I'm on chapter 32, so we're 3/4 of the way through, and there's 42 chapters. 42 chapters. So we have 10 chapters left. Let's see what happens in those 10 chapters. It is currently 4:45. So we've got quite a ways left. Don't know what for dinner. Whoa. Don't know what's for dinner yet. We're going to figure that out. Let's get into it. Let go.
I took a break from reading and I played with Yzma for a bit. She's nicely tired now. My perfect girl. But I did end up getting to page 100 in A Blade So Black. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm looking forward to reading more. Maybe not tonight. I'm starting to get a little tired. I might spend the evening with Brandon, but if I do read a little bit more, you'll see more from me later.
Okay. Oh my gosh. My hair is like doing something today. Okay, I'm on page 303. Hopefully you can see that. 87% of the way through. And she had gone like undercover and had convinced the prince guy to like love her, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a Alver, which is a fae, as like a servant. And then it was her brother, and well, she had to pick from a few different people, and she picked her brother, and all was good. But now her other stepbrother has shown up, the one that doesn't like her. So now, like, what's gonna happen? Also, we are 87% through, and we're on page 303, and there's only 340 pages. So, like, 37 pages to go. What's gonna happen? All right, I will catch up with you probably at the end. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't have theories. This book takes so many twists and turns, and I'm guessing there's gonna be a huge twist at the end to lead us into the next book. So I don't even know. I don't even know what's gonna happen. I'm nervous. Okay, let's do it. That chapter was a lot. Like, holy cow. I said, based on how part 1 with the first 3 books was, like, all of these books are, like, towards the end, just throw so much at you that is revealed. It's like, it builds up this world, and it builds up these people, and then it's just like, never mind, here's all their secrets. So, her stepdad is not her stepdad. Her mom is a descendant of this royal bloodline who was actually murdered and brought her to this guy who takes care of fae children. The Night Render gave up his life to be placed into the palace when he was a kid as an Alver to be experimented on by the king. So she wouldn't have gone. And the stepdad took care of him while he was in the palace, did his best. And her brothers are not his sons. They are also descendants of this royal bloodline. Like, what? What? So I'm on page 329, 95% through. We have, how many pages are in this book? 345. So we have 16 pages left. 16 pages left. Oh my goodness. What else could happen? What else could happen in 16 pages? I finished. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So Night Render got captured. Cases with the evil King Ivar, and turns out Ivar is a, what did they call it? It's like he can twist memories. So like, Malin steals memories, he twists them. So it's like, if you remember a person you love, he twists it to be a person you hate. Oh my good gravy. Oh my good gravy. So I have so many questions. In book 5, will they get him back? What will happen? Will he remember? Also, the Benevolent is this sun guy who like feeds off of hope and love. So like they're like opposites. Who is he? How does he know him? Are they related? Are they brothers? Are they cousins? Like what? Oh my goodness. And this is why I literally have read the first 4 books of this series in less than a week. I started this series in a week, actually. I started this series last Friday. And I finished the first 4 books in 8 days. And now I need to read book 5. Okay. Game plan. Yes, I want to read book 5. But my Kindle is dying. So I'm going to plug in my Kindle, figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. It is currently 6:20, and then probably start book 5. I'm going to download it right now. There it is. There she is in all her glory. Book 5, Game of Hate and Lies. Downloading. It is downloaded. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! Book 5, I need to know! I also have, though, I'm also struggling because I downloaded the second book in the Housemaid series, and this is the Housemaid's Secret. So I don't know if I want to read that one next. Ugh, okay, I think I'm going to plug this in, take a break from reading because, like, I can't even comprehend what just happened. I am going to figure out dinner, do some reading journal stuff too, because I need to now update my reading journal. Trisha and I are supposed to film tomorrow a video, so I need to do things for that. And yeah, we got some things to figure out. So I think I'm going to start by plugging in this and then figuring out dinner. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. All right. I am home. Oh my goodness. I just like speed walked across the street to get Mr. Sub. And if you have judgments of me eating dinner out, keep them to yourself. I don't care. I just worked that off. Woo! Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Let me get the sweater off. Okay. That was crazy. However, good. So we secured dinner. I'm going to sit here. Trisha and I are filming a video tomorrow where we are doing our April reading wrap up. And so I want to write out all the books I've read so that I can remember them for tomorrow, because not all of them I have the physical copy of the book to remind me of what I've read. So I'm going to wash my hands, have dinner, do that, and then come back. And we will reconvene. Okay, so I finished writing out kind of my reading wrap up for the month of April. So I wrote out each book, the dates that I read the book, the rating that I gave it, and then like kind of like my thoughts. So if you want to hear about all of the books more in depth that I read in the month of April, definitely go check out our April reading wrap up. This will be out after that video comes out. So definitely take a look at it and you can see more in depth. And the books that I have read with you this weekend will be included in that. So go and check it out. Okay, so I think my game plan is I see my Kindle is fully charged. So I think I'm going to maneuver myself to read in bed to be a little bit more cozy, put on some jammies, and watch some booktube videos. And yeah, and then we'll see what we get done tonight. The time is currently 8:15, by the way. Also, yes, I have white dots on my face. Your girl be having acne. Friends with acne. Toothpaste. Mint toothpaste. It is the best acne cream I have ever used. My mom taught me that when I was a teenager, and I do it every time I have some pimples. But you know what? Hair's a mess. Pimples on my face. Y'all, we out here, we real. We real for y'all. You know what? Ain't no editing here. Yeah, see? It's okay to be imperfect. We all are. So, girl, you got acne, you got messy hair, you tired. You're a tired teacher. You're a tired mom. You're a tired business owner. You are a tired CEO. You are a tired whatever career you have, whatever you're doing in life. If you're tired, it's okay. Take the time for yourself. Lay in bed. Read a book. You have my permission. And if anyone questions you, just say, Danielle gave me permission, guys. Don't worry. All right. I'm going to catch you after 50 pages.
It might not seem like a lot of time has passed for you, depending on how I splice these clips together, but it's been about a half hour for me. I'm picking this book back up. I'm now in my pajamas, and Brandon is playing games with a friend. So instead of hanging out with him, I'm upstairs on my own. Oh well, more reading time for me.
Okay, I made it to page 52, 15% of the way through. Not much has happened, so it picked up right after where the last book finished. Case does not remember any of his friends. That was at the end of the last book. King Ivar, we found out, can manipulate memories. So basically, he made it so that Case doesn't remember who he is. He doesn't, like, he thinks he's loyal to the crown. And more so, he made him think that he hates Malin. And Malin is this girl that he fears and has to kill. So now we're just kind of seeing where his guild is on their own. The Kriv But the Ivar's youngest son, Luca, is helping out the guild. I don't know if I trust him yet. Like, the guild said that he was their friend in the palace, and I hope that we can trust Luca, because I think that is amazing that he's going against his father, because his father is basically killing innocent fae. But I really hope that he is not. I hope that he's not going to turn into a traitor. I really, really hope. I really, 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 really hope that he's not going to be a traitor. But the queen has revealed that Ivar is dying, that he has been poisoned slowly by an elixir by one of the magical fae, and by the time they figured it out, it was too late to stop it. So he is dying. And now she has asked Case to go and kill 2 people. And we do not know who the 2 people are. So I'm curious, is it going to be 2 new characters? Is it going to be 2 characters that we know? I don't know. So yeah, only 50 pages in and 15% through. So we're on chapter 6. So far, I have many questions and very little answers. There's 34 chapters in this one. It is about 365 pages. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to continue reading. I will see if I make it to 100 or if I fall asleep like this.
Good morning, good morning. Yzma has had her breakfast this morning, so I'm gonna go take her to the dog park. I'd usually be taking her for her morning walk, but I think she's been a good enough girl. She deserves to go run around free at the park a little bit. Don't really have a lot of plans for this Sunday morning. I'm gonna hang out with this girl a little bit more than usual. She wasn't feeling the best last night. Her stomach was bugging her. Gonna clean a little bit, but other than that, maybe read a little bit, maybe play some games. Not really sure where the day is gonna take me. Guess we'll find out.
It's the last day, and I am here to finish Bridgerton Book 7. I didn't get to read as much as I wanted to yesterday, so unfortunately I wasn't able to finish her story, but I will be finishing it today.
So we weren't at the dog park very long. It started to spit a little bit, and Yzma wanted to go home because she does not like the rain. So I'm gonna let her go in the backyard again. But before I do, Yzma, you want a homemade pup cup? Yzma, homemade pup cup?
All right, y'all, I am back from Trisha's. Super good. We were able to film what we needed to film. So I am back. I have quite a few things that I want to get done. It's about 1:15 right now. So I have a system on Sundays that I find helps me. So I do, if you've done reading sprints before, it's similar to that. I do a 60-minute, 15-minute timer. So it's like a 60-15 split. So for 60 minutes, I do a productive task, and then for 15 minutes, I will do like a calming task or like a something I enjoy doing, like reading. So I have written down all of the things that I would hopefully like to get done for the rest of today. It doesn't mean that they're all going to get done, and that's okay, but these are the things that I want to accomplish, and I've kind of grouped them based on like categories. So I have all like my chores that are there. I have like tasks, I don't know, like little tasks that I need to do, and then I have like meals, and then I have my personal preferences that I can do during the break time. So I think I'm going to start with lunch because that's the easiest, and I'm hungry and I need to eat. And then I think what I'm going to do is set up my timer. The first 60 minutes, I think I'm just going to take a look at what I need to prepare for school this week. I already have quite an idea of what I want to do, but I just want to make sure there's nothing that I need to prepare. And then my first 15-minute break, I'm going to read, and then I think I'm going to do the dishes, and then laundry. I do have to kind of wait on some of the like cleaning stuff, so like vacuuming, because Josh is currently sleeping. But yeah, so we're going to figure that out, and then I think I'm going to start with lunch, which I think is going to be putting in lunch. And I think whilst I'm preparing lunch, I'm going to take a look at school stuff. So let's go do that.
Okay, so while I was at the park with Yzma, I listened to a little bit more of The Devil Wears Scrubs by Freida McFadden. And like I mentioned in an earlier clip, I did do a little bit of research on her. Turns out she's actually a physician, so it makes sense that she knows what she's talking about way more than I do. I know, certainly listening to it, I was like, oh, she has a lot of information. Either she's an incredible researcher or like she knows what she's talking about. Turns out she knows what she's talking about. I will never be a doctor. It's not in the cards for me. I do know quite a few doctors, so I listen to the medical jargon a lot. There were some things that I already knew about, which was cool. There were other things that were new to me. I am really enjoying this book so far. I'm about 25-30% of the way through, I believe. I might be a little further than that. I haven't actually checked. But so far, I am definitely enjoying this book.
So I popped lunch in, and I also popped some extra in for Josh to have some when he wakes up, and then for some for when he goes to work. I think I'm going to read for a little bit just because my energy is a bit low right now, just because I haven't eaten in a while. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that, eat lunch, and then get started. So I don't have too much to do, and like I said, a lot of it I can't do until Josh wakes up anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's go. Oh, I am currently in the middle of the Housemaid, the second one. I'm on page 128, 41% of the way through the book. Chapter 31. It's getting intense. The secretive mystery man in the car has showed up. We don't know who he is.
Also, in case you didn't see her, Yzma's here with me. I'm going to chill with Yzma, eat breakfast, maybe read a little bit more.
What? 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so I just finished part 1. I'm now on part 2, page 191. I'm 61% of the way through. Oh my god. Oh my god, what? Okay. Future Trisha editing this, you need to put a timestamp of where I stop talking about this. Okay, if you do not want to be spoiled, please go check the times down below and just skip over this part. I'll give you a few minutes to do so. Okay, if you have read The Housemaid's Secret, did you see that coming? Oh my god. Okay, future Trisha editing this, you need to read The Housemaid Secret before you edit this. I don't know if I can talk about what I want to talk about because she hasn't read the book yet. Oh my gosh, okay, you know what? I won't say anything spoilerly, but if you have read The Housemaid Secret, did you see that coming? The end of part 1? Did you see that coming? I didn't see that coming. I won't say anything spoilerly because Trisha's going to have to edit this, and I don't want her... Oof. Okay. I need to keep reading. I need to keep going. Oh my God.
Slight change of plans. Brandon reminded me that I wanted to go to the gym with him this weekend to do legs. So we've done that. I'm done because I'm a wimp. Brandon, on the other hand, is still at the gym. I finished The Devil in Scrubs, or The Devil Wears Scrubs. I have finished The Devil Wears Scrubs by Freida McFadden. So I'm back in the car. My workout's done. I will read something else while I wait for Brandon to be done. And then I think we're gonna quickly grab something to eat and do some grocery shopping. As soon as I get home, I'll give you my actual thoughts on the Freida McFadden book. All I can say right now is I think I might have found a new favorite author, like not of all time, but I'm really loving every Freida McFadden book that I've read so far. So I'm probably going to read through her backlog. I thought of it. Yes. So I'm really enjoying Freida McFadden books. I'm probably going to read through her backlog in the next couple of months, interspersed throughout the other stuff I'm reading, because I'm really enjoying this, like really enjoying it. Yeah, so far I think I've read 3 of her books, maybe 4 at this point. I am very much looking forward to reading more.
Okay, so I know that I said I was going to do my reading sprints, but then I got reading the book. I finished The Housemaid Secret. It's right there in my read books. Y'all, it was so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's the second book finished this weekend. Awesome. But now I have spent too much time reading, so I do need to start maneuvering myself here. So I think I'm going to start with some school planning. I'm going to do my 60-minute timer. I'm going to set that up on my TV and show you once that's set up.
We are officially home from the gym and groceries. We've put all of the groceries away at this point. So I figured I'd swing in again, just update you on my thoughts about The Devil Wears Scrubs now that I've had a chance to actually think about it a little bit more. I think I'm going to end up rating this book a 4.5, 4.75, because it's not like favorite book of all time, but I really did enjoy it. Freida McFadden did an amazing job at talking about the medical world. Again, I'm not part of it. I just know a lot of people that are. So it was very interesting to see how things work in the States for this type of thing. I don't believe in Canada there is an intern year. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it's just straight from medical school to residency, and you're not considered like an intern. You're just like a first-year resident, second-year resident, sixth-year resident, that kind of thing. Like, you're still a resident, you're not actually an intern. So for me, it was really interesting to see how that differs in a country that's like super close to us. And yeah, so I know that our doctors are different than their doctors. It's going to be the same whether you're talking to neighboring countries or countries that are halfway around the world from each other. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the book. The character development was really great. I enjoyed seeing the characters become real people, learn a little bit more about them, getting to witness how a playboy doctor uses his looks both at work and to try and get the girl he likes. The discussion about some lighthearted things like going to a food truck and an ice cream truck being there, so you're right out of luck, and your lunch now becomes a snack because the cafeteria is closed. Just things like that were super lighthearted, thrown in with like the darker things. Like, unfortunately, it's work in a hospital, so there are deaths. How to cope with it, if it's your patient, if it's not your patient, like being the cause of the death or just not being able to prevent it, like that kind of stuff is really hard and really deep, and that's nothing that I'd be able to handle in my personal life. So I applaud everyone who's able to do that in theirs. It's quite impressive in my mind. So finding out through this book that Freida McFadden is also a physician was really cool. Really cool. It's just an added layer. Not only do I really enjoy her books, but she's also this high-powered, like, bad A who just knows exactly what she wants and will do whatever she can to make sure that it works. Also, she helps save lives, so that's pretty cool.
All right, y'all, I just finished my first hour block. So now it's the 15-minute break. I got planning for school done, and I got my laundry mostly finished. I folded one basket. There's currently a load in the dryer and a load in the washer, and then it'll be done. So that won't take too much longer. So now I have 10 minutes. I'm going to, I think, just kind of sit here and contemplate my life. No, I'm going to sit here, check out some stuff for our socials, and then I think I'm going to start on the dishes, because then after that, I want to be able to kind of pop dinner in, figure out dinner, start doing meal prepping and all that, and then, yeah, I think that should, and then after that, I will probably do our calendar, maybe some cleaning, I don't know. Josh has left for work now, so I don't have to be super duper quiet, which is awesome. So yeah, I think I'm going to take 10 minutes, just kind of chill, recoup, and then I think I'm going to do the dishes.
I've taken the dust jacket off, but I am still reading A Blade So Black. I've gotten home from running errands with Brandon, so I'm going to tuck back into this book. I've got a couple of snacks. I've got sour cream and bacon chips to try. I've got my mini M&Ms that I'm going to devour. I've got caffeine, and I've got hydration. So I'm looking forward to jumping back in. Let's read a little bit.
All right, our next hour block. Okay, I got 2 things off the list. Let's go. Okay, I am going to do some dishes, and I think whilst I do them, I am going to see if there's just like a random booktuber that I'll want to watch on my phone. That'll be good. So I will watch some sort of booktuber on my phone, do the dishes, and then after that I'm able to start dinner. All right, let's go.
Slightest change of plan. Brandon wanted the TV downstairs, so I'm upstairs now with my book and my hydration.
Okay, I finished my secondary block of my hour. I did the dishes, started dinner, finished cooking dinner. And then I also read for a little bit. So I read another chapter of book 5 in the Broken Kingdom series. I keep forgetting all the names. But you can see my dinner behind me. I'm having 2 sausages and some Caesar salad. I'm going to take my hour break for my dinner, probably not that long, and then I'm probably going to prep my lunch for tomorrow. All right, and then I haven't decided after that, so I will check in with you after that hour break or when I have another update. Also, I took my space buns out. They were bothering my head. Okay, so that hour block is done. I ate dinner and prepped my lunch for tomorrow. Not everything is prepped and ready, but I will do that once I'm getting myself kind of ready for bed. I do have 1 load of laundry still to fold and put away. While I was eating dinner, I was looking at Kindle Unlimited and found that Kindle Unlimited had a novella from the Housemaid series, The Housemaid's Wedding, and I may have already read it. And I would have filmed that for you, but my phone died, so it was over there charging, and I would have filmed updates. But essentially, it's a novella, a short story. It takes place between books 2 and 3, which I read the synopsis for book 3, and this makes... Okay, I'm so sorry. I got cut off there. My apologies. My phone was being rude. So, essentially, The Housemaid's Wedding is a novella that takes place... Novella, short story. Anyway, it's categorized as a short story. It takes place between books 2 and 3. And after I read this, I read the synopsis for book 3, and it makes sense as to why Freida McFadden felt the need for this story. It is so cute. Honestly, Enzo, I live for that man. And it's so funny because he's obviously Italian and English is not his first language, but just some of the stuff he says is so cute. Like he said to her, "You are having the double thoughts?" And she was like, "Double thoughts?" And she's like, "Do you mean second thoughts?" It's so cute. And they're like little banter back and forth. Adorable. I am here for it. I live. So anyway, so I might have finished that whilst I was eating dinner. It's only 75 pages, so it was super, super short. So I don't know if I'm going to do any reading anymore because I have read a lot today. I have finished a whole book, a whole novella, and 25% of another book. That's a lot. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to fold my laundry that I have to fold. And then I think I'm going to do a little bit of self-care. And then we will see where I go from there.
I've been reading for a little bit. I had to take a break though, because in chapter 4, it talks about spaghetti, and they made it sound so delicious that I made a really basic spaghetti. So, mine's not going to taste as delicious as the one described in this book, but it was very quick. I threw it together. I'm going to eat my spaghetti and read this book more. I did want to point out, though, that I read a little bit further than chapter 4, and in chapter 6, there's a line, your opinion is noted and has been deemed irrelevant. I want to have the wherewithal to use that in my everyday life, because that's an amazing line. Hello. It is basically midnight at this point. I've read the first 9 chapters, or 116 pages of this book so far. I'm really enjoying it. My biggest complaint so far is that Mariel on the front isn't as curvy as I would have expected based on like the comments in this book. Like, this woman on the front cover doesn't scream an abundance of curves to me. Like, I would have expected her to have even more curves. She seems a little skinny to me, but if that's my biggest complaint, I'm really enjoying my time so far. I'm putting it down for the night, though. I'm going to watch some videos or a show or something with Brandon in bed. He's just showering right now. When he gets out, we're going to get ready for bed, and that's going to be my reading for the weekend.
All right, y'all. I am comfy, cozy in bed now. It has been a great weekend in reading. My last few weekends have been this successful because I have really, really started to focus on doing things that I love during the weekend, especially having Friday nights and all of Saturday just be things that I enjoy, whether it's hanging out with friends or Josh or my family or doing activities I enjoy like reading or arts and crafts or journaling or whatever. It helps me to feel like I had a restful and relaxing weekend, and then had to have days like I had today where I just powered through the day, super productive. And those reading sprints have really helped me. I say reading sprints, that's how I found the like timer system. But like really setting a timer and having a list to go through of things I want to get accomplished. I don't get everything accomplished, and that's okay. But I feel a lot better when I get a lot of things accomplished. I got all my laundry done. I got the dishes done. I got my schooling planned, like plans for school. I feel like I've set myself up for success. I feel good. So thank you for coming along with me to see kind of a weekend in my life and a weekend of reading and reading along with me. So I read a grand total. Now I'm going off of Storygraph, and I inputted everything. So a grand total of 953 pages read from Friday night to right now. So 953 pages read. So almost 1,000 pages. That's awesome. I finished 2 books and 1 short story. So hopefully that is correct. I don't know. It doesn't seem correct. Well, I guess I also started another one. So I also got 25% of the way through book 5. So I guess that makes sense. I don't know. That's what Storygraph says. If that is not accurate, my apologies. But it is somewhere close there. So I finished 2 books, finished a short story, and then got 25% of the way through. So I love it. That is great reading. Thank you for coming along. I don't know if there will be an outro, but if not, thank you for coming along with us in our weekend of reading. As always, if you'd love to leave a comment down below, what's your typical weekend look like? And here's a question for you. What's one thing that you make sure that you do every single weekend to either help your mental health or set you up for success for a new week? We'd love to hear it. Comment down below. We'd love it if you would give us a like, thumbs up, and maybe a follow. Make sure you check out all of our different social medias, our TikTok, our Instagram. We'll have it all down below for you. And as always, happy reading. Bye!